Bobby Kelton. As I said, this is his 20th time with us. Would you welcome Bobby Kelton? Would you welcome Bobby Kelton? Would you welcome please Bobby Kelton? He's a great, funny young man. Bobby Kelton.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of the funniest guys you get a chance. 21 times on The Tonight Show. Let's hear it from Bobby Kelton. Thank you. All right, hi, how are you? Having fun? Yes. All right, nice to see you. So, that's me, Bobby Kelton. And in case you don't know me, I've been on all the major programs, unemployment, food stamps, you name it. Like that little video with Johnny there? You know, it's gratifying to know that all those Tonight Show spots have catapulted me to Boynton Beach. I mean, I went from Burbank and NBC to Boynton Beach and Winn-Dixie. Valencia Lakes, nice to see. It's an honor to be at your beautiful community. I know you don't just let anybody come in here, right? That's why you have that crack, top-notch security guard out there. I pulled up a little while ago. She said, I need to see your ID. I said, you know, I'm sorry, I left my wallet at home. I have nothing with me, but I'm the comedian. I'm doing a big show here tonight. So I don't care, I need to see something with your birth date on it. So I showed her a calendar. And here I am. I'm also from Long Island, Rockville Center. Wasn't it a great place to raise a family? Great place to grow up. I had one traumatic experience, because I had a really good upbringing. I had a traumatic experience when I was about 12. There was a rumor among my friends that I was adopted. And I got really upset, so I confronted my parents. I said, Mom, Dad, was I adopted? And they sat me down, and they said, no, you're not adopted. So that was good enough for me. I always had very supportive parents. They sent me to college. I went to Syracuse, by the way. I don't know any Syracuse people. I majored in registration. I got my degree, and I said to my parents, now I'm going to get into show business. And my dad said, what are you, a comedian? I was never very good at school. Never liked school. I had a very strict father, too. Once I brought home my report card. I had 4 Fs and a D. He said, you're spending too much time on one subject. People always say to me, were your parents funny? My dad was an accountant, so there you go. And my mom was just flaky. My mom would say the dumbest things. Even when I was a little kid, she'd say things like, you fall out of that tree and break your leg, don't come running to me. Look at the dirt on the back of your neck. Or my favorite, when are you and your brother going to get married? I said, Mom, we just don't love each other that much. And the rule of thumb is, if you're from a Jewish family in New York like I am, later in life the parents moved to Florida and the kids moved to California, right? But my parents moved to California and I ended up in Florida. And you know what? They never call, they never visit. I'm still getting used to the lay of the land here in Florida. I like it here. I have a few questions. Maybe you could help me out. First question is, do you have to take a test for your driver's license? Or do they just give you one? Because here's what I don't get about the drivers down here. They'll be doing 30 miles an hour in the fast lane on I-95, but they're going 90 when they crash through the window of a bagel shop. Here's another question. Why is the parking lot at the boys' market smaller than the store? Built that place. And the weather's so unpredictable, right? One day it's 80, next day it's 60. This is what I don't get about the weather here. It could be a beautiful day. The sky is blue, the sun is out, you go into Publix. Come out 6 minutes later. You're in the middle of Hurricane Schmendrick. And your umbrella's in the trunk. But you know what I I admire about you folks and people who live down here, I see people stay active here. They stay fit. And I think that's great. Like, how many people in this crowd are staying fit and active? What do you do? What's that? Tennis? That's good. I was talking to one guy outside. I said, what do you do to stay fit? He says, fishing. I said, do you fish to stay fit? He said, no, I watch it on TV. Some of the communities have softball leagues, I found out. Senior softball. So, I was a baseball player, so I said, oh, I got to go to a game. I went to a senior softball game. It was amazing. I saw a home run on a bunt. And here's what happened. The batter bunted the ball. The pitcher ran to get it. His knee gave out. The catcher ran out. He wrenched his back. The first baseman ran in. He didn't remember why. The shortstop had to run to the bathroom. And the third baseman couldn't see what was going on. By the time they picked up the ball, the batter was back in the dugout. No handshakes from his teammates. They had all fallen asleep. Gotta go to one of those gyms. Speaking of staying young, my parents, my amazing parents, just celebrated their 68th wedding anniversary. An amazing 68 years. And what's amazing, I don't know if you believe this, they've never had a fight. Yeah, because they've not spoken in 67 years. They're in their 90s, they still drive, which is kind of scary. Last year my mom got her license revoked because she hit a deer. It was in the zoo. They just got, they just got an iPhone. They needed to get an iPhone. They're in their 90s. They don't even leave the house. They have no idea what call waiting is. Every time he hears the beep, my dad changes the battery in his hearing aid. They don't know how to work anything at all, except a pill cutter. Oh, my mom's like a Benihana chef with that thing. And they have weird combinations. At night, when they get into bed, they take an Ambien for sleep and a Colace, the stool softener. So during the night, they sleep like a baby. You get the idea. So they got their phone, they stay in the house, and they're bored. They call me up, they live in Palm Springs, California. They're bored. I said, do something, join a club. So they joined a club, it changed their life. It's called Costco. We got fellow members here? This is the greatest store I've ever seen. Where else could you go into one place and at the same time buy a TV, a roasted chicken, 30 rolls of toilet paper, get free samples and a hot dog and a Coke for $1.50? To buy anything you need. No, I heard recently, I didn't even know this till about a month ago, somebody told me, you could buy at Costco a casket. Did you know that? You could buy a casket at Costco. The only thing is you gotta buy a dozen of them. And the amazing thing is, you can buy anything in the world, but what's the one thing they don't have when you're checking out? Bags. They don't have bags. You gotta put all your crap inside of the casket. Another place I go to occasionally, which is annoying, is Walmart. Walmart Supercenter. There's a paradigm for efficient planning. Let's build 30 cashier stations and hire 2 cashiers. I complained to the manager. I said, what's going on here? There's nobody working here. He says, well, we have the self-checkout. I said, I had no idea how that works. He said, it's easy. You just check yourself out. I'm glad I did. I found a lump. That's another story. It's not easy no matter where you go. I had to bring my suit to the cleaners, the dry cleaners near my house. So I go in, and on the window, you've probably seen this, on the dry cleaners it says, in by 10, out by 5. You ever see that sign? So I brought my suit at 10 a.m. I go back at 5. The guy goes, Tuesday. I said, what about your sign? In by 10, out by 5. He goes, oh, that's me. Nothing's easy. It used to be so simple. You know, it used to be if you were in a restaurant, had to go to the bathroom, every place said men and women, and you knew which one to go into. Now some of these restaurants get cute. You know, they put pictures on the door, so you got to figure out what you are. I went into a seafood restaurant, had to go to the bathroom, and they had a picture of a fish on each door. And one said herring, and one said mackerel. Now what the hell am I? I mean, here or here, what it was. So this woman walked by, I stopped, I said, excuse me, miss, do I look like a herring or a mackerel? She looked me over, she said, you look like a shrimp to me. I was at a restaurant a couple of weeks ago. You know, I eat late at night because I'm always doing shows. So I'm at, you know Denny's, right? I'm at Denny's about 1 in the morning. I ordered the Night Owl Special. It was horrible. All night I was lying in bed going, woo, woo. What is it with people and food? Americans, everybody's obsessed with diets, and I always think it's genetic. You know, my parents, I mentioned in their 90s, you know what they ate their whole lives? Schmaltz. You know what that is? Schmaltz and Gribinus. That's what I said. Sounds like a Jewish law firm. Schmaltz and Gribinus, can I help you? No, they're all out to lunch. And yet, that doesn't affect, you know, that's why it's genetic. To prove the point, think of all the diet gurus, okay? Where are they? Pritikin, he wrote the Pritikin diet. Where is it? Yeah. Atkins wrote the Atkins diet. The guy who wrote the Scarsdale diet. Okay. Who's alive? Fats Domino, Chubby Check. I read somewhere where the best diet was to have sex after every meal. I tried it, got kicked out of IHOP. There's a new book out called The Bran Diet. Have you seen that? They tell you to eat bran all day long. I tried this. In the morning I had some raisin bran, around noon a bran muffin, later in the day some rice bran. That night I ruined a brand new soup. I had a friend who told me he was on 2 diets at the same time. I said, why would you be on 2 diets? He said, there's not enough food in one. Some people don't even know whether they should go on a diet. It's common sense. You know you should go on a diet if you get on a scale and it says come back when you're alone. Don't you think life would be easier if everybody had a little more common sense? Because people don't think. People say the dumbest things. You go into a restaurant, what's the first thing the waitress says? Would you like the menu? No, bring me whatever you want. People don't think. I was at an airport. I go up to a cop. I say, excuse me, where's the restroom? He says, the nearest one? No, I need a challenge. I was on a 12-hour flight to Europe. The flight attendant comes over. She says, will you be having dinner with us, sir? No, I'll be eating out of the wing. Even my friends say dumb things. My arm was in a cast. My friend came over. Hey, you break your arm? I said, no, I'm going skiing. I figured, why wait till the last minute? Last summer, I was at Yankee Stadium. I called my friend on the cell phone. I said, hey, I'm at Yankee Stadium. He says, hey, is there a game? No, I'm going to mow the lawn. Dumb questions. Cop pulls me over. He says, why were you driving so fast? I said, because I didn't see you. People don't think. They say the dumbest things. I was on a dinner date with a woman. I was dating. I was on a date with a woman. Nice dinner. I'm driving her home in the car. Out of nowhere, she turns to me. She says, I do not go all the way. I said, okay. And I dropped her off at the bus station. I wonder who came up with half the phrases we use in our everyday language. He died unexpectedly. As opposed to what? Hey, Bill, you want to have lunch tomorrow? No, I'm going to be kicking off about 2 o'clock. what you hear all the time. I'm going to hop in the shower. How come you never hop anywhere else? People hop into the shower, people jump into the shower. Why are people doing gymnastics to get in the shower? I skip into the shower myself. You ever get one of these guys? Oh, this milk is awful. Taste this. Here's the dumbest thing, and we all say this when we have company coming over to the house. We all say the same thing. It's really dumb. Make yourself at home. Not a good idea. What if they did? What if they took off their underwear, threw it on the floor, and then hopped into the shower? But what if you said, make yourself at home? They said, all right, get the hell out of my house. I often wonder who came up with the terms for sex that we use every day. Definitely a guy, probably a carpenter. You always hear things like nail, hammer, bang, screw. You never hear a woman go, man, I really got crocheted last night. I stitched him so hard he died unexpectedly. Anyway, you've been a lot of